Rockstar, and we're back with another video. And as you can see by the title, we finally got tuned by Admin. In this video, I just go over how it went, what you need, what to expect, and then what you get, pretty much, essentially. It's going to be like a quick, short video. Excuse my cat. But yeah, very simple, quick video. It's just a full bolt-on Nismo G37. Other than that, it's pretty much it. So let's get straight into it. It's full. So as many as you guys know, whether you have a G or a Z, you know, AdminTuned has a very big name in the industry for tuning and stuff like that. He does get a lot of hate too, but I mean, what do you expect? He's like one of the biggest tuners for this community, the VQ community. So that's just expected. He's just doing what he's supposed to do. I'll first go over what you need in order to get tuned by him. It's pretty simple. They're just mods for your car, and then essentially you go hit him up and be like, yo, depending where you live, he does NorCal, SoCal, I think he does Texas, the East Coast, just like major cities. I think Florida, I don't know, something like that, but he does like major cities, and he does all that, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. So for my case, whether you have a G37 or a 370 or even a 350 or a G35, but this is going to lean more towards my car, a VHR, if you guys know, if you have a HR or VHR. So for my VHR, I went with the Z1 cold air intake, the race ones. I went with those. They're a little better than the normal ones they have. Everyone says, you know, get 3 inch, you know, you make more power. Yeah, you do, but I wasn't trying to go in the hassle of let's say, because when you put those on, the car it might not start. There's a lot of people that try to do it and it doesn't start, or it has like running issues. And let's say you do it the night before, right? And then your car doesn't start before your tune day. What the fuck are you going to do? So with stuff like that, so that's why I decided not to. And then I also wasn't trying to install intakes the day of the dyno, because let's just say some shit does go bad, so then you're like, bro, what the fuck am I gonna do? So I was like, look, I'll just get intakes that can make my car run normally. So I believe they're 2.5. That was a good install too. For the second part, all you really need is an exhaust system. For my case, I went with the ISR long tube headers, ISR Y pipe, and with a single exit Tomei. The Tomei is from a 350Z. The 371 is kind of whack because the way the end of the muffler sits, it kind of sits low to the ground. So obviously if you're low, like most of these people are, you're going to scrape it, or you're going to put a hole in your exhaust. So I went with that because when my Nissan 350Z was tuned, I just went test pipes, Y pipe, and single exit, which was cool. But I was like, look, when I bought this car, I was like, look, I want to do the best that I can, as in, you know, make a good amount of power NA. Obviously, if you're turbo, you're going to need a lot more shit. But when you're NA, that's all you really need, because these cars, they're very restrictive, like stock, especially the exhaust. Like, you know, the car needs to breathe. So with stuff like that, that's what I would recommend. You can choose any exhaust system you want, whatever, test pipes, headers, whatever you want, bro, eBay, whatever. But you will need, if you don't do headers, you will need test pipes. Don't get no resonated, all that bullshit, bro. Get the straight pipe, because when you put those on and you want a single exit and you want to shoot flame, bro, shooting that flame is literally going to destroy the inside of the high flow cat. So I know people are like, bro, it's so loud, it's so raspy. Bro, just shut the fuck up and just... These cars are loud, bro. People don't like the sound. I love the sound. I think it sounds sick as fuck, so it doesn't bother me how loud it is, because my car is fucking loud now. This is the loudest car I've ever had. This shit roars down every street, everywhere. So with that being said, that's all you really need. Also, obviously, day before tuning, I would do an oil change. Mine was still fresh, but I was like, I'm still going to change it just because, like, why not? And then also, you do need to change your spark plugs. I changed mine during Christmas time, so it wasn't... I asked Admin's wife, actually, because she was making the dyno dates, and I was like, hey, do I still need to change my spark plugs? I just changed them like a couple months ago. She's like, no, don't worry about it. Like every 80,000 miles, change them. I was like, okay, cool. It was like just easy labor. At least for my car, that's pretty much all I have. I didn't do no ported manifolds. I even asked Admin about that. He said it was a waste of money. So if you're thinking about that, I would just pass, honestly. I mean, if the guy you're going to get tuned by is telling you he's not going to make much power, might as well not do it. You can go E85 if you want, but what I've noticed when people do it, they only gain about 10 wheel horsepower. And also, depending where you stay, where you live, if you have E85 near you, I don't know if it's worth it for you, because maybe this one E85 pump is 20 miles away. Fuck that. I'd rather just have pump gas on 91 and call it for what it is. I mean, if you really, really want 10 wheel horsepower, go ahead. But other than that, it's up to you. I just went with the simple bolt-on mods. I'm not a big fan of the dual exit exhaust. I like the single exit. It just looks better in my opinion, and it looks nicer. And when you shoot flame, it just comes out of one. But yeah, other than that, I have a stage 3 clutch. I guess it really improves the driver mod, and it drops the RPMs down so you can really bang gears. But other than that, that's all you really need to get tuned, and make sure your car is running good and stuff. But yeah, that's essentially all you really need. And then I'll tell you guys about my experience too. So I got tuned by him twice. It's pretty simple. You DM him what city, where either NorCal, SoCal, wherever, Texas. They do all that. So you be like, hey, can I get a spot? So you reserve a spot for $250, just to save your spot, and then you pay the rest on dyno day. So for me, I live in the Bay Area, and the people who are watching this, they probably got tuned there or are thinking about getting tuned. The tune spot is in Antioch. If you guys are familiar with, the Bay Area, you know where Antioch is. So it's out there. It's out there like in a cut somewhere. It's like a garage, there's a dyno. And you usually get there, they start tuning at 8. Usually I'd recommend you get there at 5. It was funny because I was out of town, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just stay the night there, like in my car. Like I didn't really care, I wanted my car tuned first and just get my stuff and go. And Admin texted chat, he's like, yo, who was ever parked in front, he's like, you need to leave right now. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, bro, where the fuck am I gonna sleep at? So I was driving around looking for a spot. I'm over here in Antioch and shit, so I pull up to a Jack in the Box, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna fall asleep here. And I was tripping because I was like, bro, I'm on Nismos. Like, I'm lower. Like, people know. Like, and these cars are hot, bro. Like, people like to steal these. So I was really nervous. So I was just sleeping in my car, and I kept waking up. And, bro, like, I kid you not, this dude in this truck kept just redlining his truck and doing donuts in the parking lot of the Jack in the Box. And I'm right I could see all this, like, happening. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? So all that happens. And I'm like, bro, fuck, this is so sus. So I go down to the Chevron and just park and post up, and I fall asleep, and I wake up, and it's like, I was like 6:30, and Admin was like, bro, you should start lining up at 6:30. And I was like, fuck, bro, I'm late. So I zoomed over there real quick. I'm only like 5 minutes down, and there was like at least 5-6 dudes in front of me. And I was like, fuck, bro, it's gonna be a minute. So essentially, you wait in line, wait to get tuned. So once you go up, they put your car on the dyno. He goes in your car, he asks you what you need to get done or what you have done to it. And then essentially, for me, he did about 3 hard-ass pulls. As you can see in the beginning clips, he did all that. And then essentially, like, that's it. Like, he gives you, he gives you, your race. He gives you a race map, flame map, eco, and then anti-theft. So there's 4 maps that you get. And then if you have E85, you get E85 flame and E85 race. You don't get the flame. You don't get the anti-theft one. So all that. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. If you've watched, if you're new to the VQ community or you're pretty familiar with it now and you're interested in doing something like that, I'd recommend it. It's a cool experience. Your car will run better and does run better. And even in eco mode for mine, it still rips. Like, it still does its thing. I don't really run it in the race or flame map often because it does dilute your oil. He even said it on his website, if you're going to excessively use flame map, like, change your oil very often because it essentially is fucking up your motor and is diluting the oil. So I shoot flame here and there. I'm not that obnoxious guy shooting flame fucking on every block every 5 minutes. Like, that's just not me. I'll do it here and there, however I'm feeling. But other than that, that's all you really need. All you really need is a VQ. It's some mods and some money, and you can go get tuned. That's essentially what you need. Obviously, each car is different. If you have the 350 DE, there's a couple different mods you have to get, obviously, because that's how mine was, so I know about it. But if you have a VHR or a HR, all you really need is intakes and an exhaust. Like, that's really it, bro. Like, there's not much to it. It's not really rocket science. And, you know, make sure your car fucking works before you get tuned. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was on that damn dyno, bro, I was shitting myself. Like, watching my car get redlined 3 hard times, you know, you're like, fuck, bro, because, you know, your car could blow up. Like, you don't know. Like, your shit could blow up, bro. So that's why I was like, dude, I was very scared. But right as he told me, he was like, your car is running very, very healthy. I did 332 wheel horsepower, which is pretty good. I wanted like a 350-ish. I know that's kind of reaching, but 332 was still good enough for wheel horsepower. So I was like, fuck it. Good enough for me. I mean, as long as my car is tuned and it runs smoother and it runs nice too, you can't really complain about it. The flame, they're very loud, crackles like crazy, pops like crazy. I think it's because of the headers. When I had test pipes, they would pop, but not as crazy. But with this, it's loud, bro. It is loud. But other than that, that's pretty much all you need. I'm trying to drop more content. I haven't been as consistent. I don't know. I'm just been on some mental health shit, so I'm trying to find my way back into this because I feel like when I was doing it, I felt cool, and, you know, people were actually watching my shit. So, you know, I'm trying to hop back into this. Like, I've done a good amount of shit to my G that I haven't really posted. So, you know, I want to keep posting more videos, more stuff about VQ in the sense, just because that's been really my thing, whether it's fucking facts and just random shit like that. So other than that, like, comment, subscribe. My Instagram, I'll put it in the beginning. If you guys fuck with me there, you can DM me and stuff. I'll try to post here and there, with YouTube and on Instagram. But like, comment, subscribe if you like the video. I appreciate it if you watched it. Like I said, I'm trying to come back on this and really, really do some shit on YouTube because I feel like I can do it and I haven't been consistent with it. So I'm gonna try my ass off. So appreciate you guys. Thank you. I'm sorry about the wait, but yeah, thank you.